Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anarpitacharim chirat karunayavatirna kalau samarpaitum jvalarasam swabhakti shriyam harihi purata sundara dyuti kadamba sandipitaha sada hridaya kandare spuratu vaha shachi nandanaha hantaya madrirabala haridas varyo yad ram krishna charana sparsha pramodah manam tanoti sahago ganayostayoryat Pani asuya vasakandara kandamulaihi mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dhinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Again, my heartfelt prostrated obeisances in the dust of Maharaj, His Grace Vaisheshika Maharaj and Mother Nirakula, because they have created a community where we are touching Bhagavatam from different angles. We not only read about it, we don't not only see, because even seeing is important. The more you show, the more you sell. And you must, what's that second word which we say like military? Get books. Correct? In the military style? Get books. So unless there are books, we can't see them. So we not only see, we not only read, we not only hear about it, but we do the fourth thing also, which is distribute. So that's like touching the culture of Bhagavatam from different angles. And that's a rarity. That's a beauty, that's mercy. So we first seek blessings at their lotus feet and the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, who introduced this book in such a unique way. And then all the acharyas from all the sampradayas. For them, Bhagavatam is the prana, or the heart, which is what we'll try to speak around and about it today. So with their blessings, we are moving forward, so that it pleases them, because Bhagavatam is their pran and we cannot speak about somebody else's pran just like that. We need their mercy, isn't it? If somebody has something dear thing, they will keep it hidden. And today we are bringing it out and glorifying it. So it must be done with finesse, as they say. Hindi mein bolte hain laheja. A finesse we have to use. And we depend on them so that we also develop more attraction and attachment to what? Srimad Bhagavatam. My gratitude also to Rampriya Prabhu, Mataji, and Sanskriti, and where is Gopika? That's it. So for hosting, and I think you just did the house warming, right? So thank you for giving the opportunity. Thank you to all of you also for coming. Now, Bhagavatam is not an ordinary scripture. At various levels, Bhagavatam proves to be a very extraordinary literature. First, if we look at Bhagavatam from the language point of view, linguistics, correct? It is superlative. It is told in the Sanskrit circles, Vidyavatam Bhagavate Pariksha, that for the learned, the exam is Bhagavat. If you have to test somebody, even in Sanskrit and other things, it has to be tested in Bhagavatam. And we know if we have gone through 4th canto and 5th and 6th canto and other things, the tone changes. When, Daksha, all those dishum happens, right? Everybody breaks somebody and muche jala jete hain. The mustache is burnt. Dental surgery happens for free. And after that, Vishnu comes. And and your head is knocked off. Another surgery happens. So then Vishnu comes. And all the different planetary people in different planetary systems, they start worshipping Vishnu with prayers in different meters. And it's almost hard to figure out what's going on. And then in fifth canto, we know the kavya is replaced by paragraphs. So Bhagavad is very special from linguistic point of view also. However, as we said, scholarship is useful in so far as it allows us to enter. If it allows us to derail, heck with that scholarship, right? Those were the Yagya Brahmanas. Tantra, mantra, puja, PhD in Bhagavad, Sanskrit, sab kuch tha. But Than Pal, isn't it? Main thing was Yagyapati. So as long as scholarship helps us enter, great. And Bhagavatam is a grantha which can test scholarship. But if Kripa is there, one can enter. So that's the first level of greatness of Bhagavatam. The second level is it's a Puran. It's a Puranic literature or Mahapuran. Now what is Puran? This is something very significant. See, there is a category of literature called Itihas, isn't it? Itihas is Iti, thus, ha, Ashcharya, as happened. So Itihas means, oh, it happened, like that. So it's a historical thing. That's the Sanskrit meaning of Itihas. But Puranas are not concerned about history a lot. Y'all can move 5 inches. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in the Puranas, it is chronology is not important. History is not important. A truth is there which they want to depict. What? A truth. And to explain that truth, which may be pithy and concise, they carve out stories around it, right? They figure out what to be used. One of my scholar friends, he's a dean in a prestigious university. He was telling, we repeated yesterday also, explained it yesterday also, Mahavakya needs a Mahakavya. Mahavakya, statement needs a Mahakavya. So Puranas do like that. What is the Mahavakya of Bhagavatam? Kunjri knows it, right? Krishna is the, ab to bol do, supreme of Godhead. Yes, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. But to hit it only, we need so many stories, right? Still then it doesn't go in the head. I am the Supreme Personality, isn't it? So for Mahavakya, it requires Mahakavya. And that's the Shaili of Puranas. History is not important. Chronology is not important. In the Bhagavatam 10th canto itself, the Leelas are idhar-udhar. So Jeev Goswami has to come and write down chronology. Isn't it? So for Puranas, Tathya, statement is important and they expand it. And Bhagavatam is special because it's Mahapuran. It is talking about something very significant aspect which has not been given elsewhere in the other Puranas. Main questions of life. So even from the Drishtikon of language, it's great. Second, Puran, it's great. And it is great Puran because of one aspect, that it is summarizing or rather expanding upon the crest jewel of our Upanishads, right? Which is Vedanta Sutra. And that's why Mahaprabhu did not encourage any of his scholars or Goswamis to write any commentary on Vedanta Sutra. That's the shloka number 1 today. Can you all see amidst the enlightenment here? Can you all see? Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam, Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam, Bharatartha Vinirnayah, Vinirnayah, Gayatri Bhashya Rupo Sau, Gayatri Bhashya Rupo Sau, Vedartha Paribrimhita, Vedartha Paribrimhita. Today this will be the laptop, right? Lap ke upar. So Artho Ayam, the meaning of this it expands the meaning of Brahma Sutra, which is Vedanta Sutra. Isn't it? Which is what all the acharyas, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Ramanandacharya, all have written commentaries. Perhaps the most commented literature. But it is very terse, right? Janma desya yataha. On it only there are many commentaries. So Bhagavatam is so nice. It expands it in the form of poetry, stories, isn't it? Isn't that our greatest saving grace when we do book distribution, right? Stories. Isn't it? And what does it do? Bharatartha vinirnaya. What is Bharat? The Mahabharat. It expands the meaning of Mahabharat. Then Gayatri Bhashya. It is the Bhashya statement on the Gayatri. So it's quite amazing. And Vedartha Paribrimhita, Rigved, Samved, Yajurved, Atharved. Time nahi hai, we don't know, we may not have the wherewithal, but it expands on it. Special. 335 chapters, 18,000 verses if you count in the form of Anushtup meter, otherwise 14,094 verses. 335 chapters, 18 cantos, 14,094 verses, and it is considered Srimad Krishna only and written by who? Krishna only. In the form of Ved Vyas. So that's the second quality of Bhagavatam. First is language, third is it's a great Puran. Third is its inception itself is special. It is not like Gemini, create a story. No. Or like scratching the head, create a story. No. It was viewed in the Samadhi. So Bhagavatam is Samadhi Bhashya. And that's the reason we must carefully understand that scholarly, linguistically, etc., gymnastics alone may not be sufficient to enter into it. We were talking, we need Anugatya, somebody to show us. Otherwise, a lot of PhDs are done on Mahabharat and Bhagavatam and things like that. But Than Pal, Satswarup Maharaj explains, I think he went to a scholar who did a lot of PhD in the Sandarbhas and he thought maybe he will know Hare Krishna. So Maharaj opened the door and said, Hari Bol. I heard this story, I think, from some of the Prabhupada disciples only. And this person was saying, which bowl? He said, Hari Bol. So imagine, whole Sandarbhas done. Scholar. And there was also discussion that people were discussing Sandarbhas in a beer bar. See? Scholarship alone is not enough. And we talked about this yesterday. Yesterday we quoted this shloka. Itihas Puranabhyam Vedam Samupabrimhayet Vibhetyalpa Shrutat Vedo Mam Ayam Paharishyati. Vedas are terrified of people who have not heard enough or who have heard but not practiced enough. ये लोग तोड़ मड़ोड़ देने वाले हैं, है कि नहीं? Can we not prove any case? Even we do with Prabhupada's teachings also, correct? It's called cherry picking. I don't know why they pick cherry. It is berry picking also. They can pick anything, right? So that's why we need Anugatya, Acharyas, because they will tell us what to see, where to see, how to see, and when to see, when not to see. Isn't it? So here, Samadhi Bhashya, it's there. So unless the blessings are there, we won't see what he saw in his Samadhi. And these next three verses are the cardinal verses which Jiva Goswami uses to explain his Sandarbhas. And Radhika Raman Prabhu, when long time back he had come to, I think, speak about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, he was quoting one of these verses. So we sing it together. Bhakti yoge namanasi, bhakti yoge namanasi, samyak pranihite male, apashyat purusham purnam, mayam cha tadapashrayam, yaya sammohito jiva, atmanam trigunatmakam, paropi manute nartham, तत्कृतं चाभिपद्यते अनर्थोपशमं साक्षात् भक्तियोगं अधोक्षजे लोकस्याजानतो विद्वांस चक्रे सात्वत संहितं चक्रे सात्वत संहितं. Is this working? Okay. Bhakti yogena manasi. In his heart he had bhakti yoga, and therefore samyak, well done. Pranihite is that like skrabanam mopanam. Every amale, it became clean. Apashyat, he saw what? Purush Purna, Thakurji. Right? Full rooped, he saw Krishna. And Maya also on the side. Controlled by Krishna. Proving what? Daivi yesha gunamai mama maya duratya. It's under me. So he just saw this entire screenshot that Maya is separate under the shelter of Krishna. And then what happened? He said, this is the Maya, yaya, by which Jiva gets mohit, isn't it? It's separated actually. If the Jiva looks towards Krishna, he will not. But he looks towards Maya. Vimukh versus Sanmukh, isn't it? We just have to give attention. Those who are in AI know what I'm talking about. All you need is attention. That was the cardinal paper which started all the chat GPT. All you need is, hum bhi wahi keh rahe hain. All you need is attention. But they are putting attention somewhere, we want to put it somewhere else. And Jiva gets vimohit. He comes under Trigunatmakam, although he is Paraha. Paraha api, he is Paraha, but Manute, he thinks that is Trigunatmakam. So to save the people from this great Vidwan wrote Chakre, he created Satvata Samhita, which is another name for Srimad Bhagavatam. So he saw it, he saw in Mumbai language, how is sabki megawatt lagi hai. Gigawatt bhi lagi hai. How everybody is suffering with the Trigunatmak. So he created something, Bhakti Yogam, which will be Anarthopakshamam. Anarth, it will remove. So great Vedvyas did it. And who was Vedvyas? Literary incarnation of Sri Krishna. From these verses, we can also understand what's the Sanatan Dharma about. We like to explain it in terms of the dance of the hands. So how, if somebody asks you what is Sanatan Dharma, we can remember 4 dance steps. And even if somebody wakes you up 2 a.m. in the morning, Kunjri, you can tell that and go back to sleep. You want to know these 4 dance steps? Mudra? Okay. So they will say, you are polytheistic. No, we are monotheistic. How are you monotheistic? Well, we are. You can all do it with me. Yes, Bhakti, you will do it with me, right? Okay. Shriyan, right? Okay. Multi-level, polymorphic, duo, monotheism. Multi-level, polymorphic, duo, monotheism, almost like a Bharatnatyam dance mudra. But it's theological. Multi-level means there are many Kul Devtas and Kul Devis, correct? Isn't it? And there are, and do we go like, nahi, hum unki taraf dekhenge nahi, we won't see at them. No, not at all. I mean, we have to look at our CEO, right? They are a big CEO actually. If we are connected in the vision, granted we are ananya towards Thakurji and Sri Radha, and Thakurji also in Vrindavan becomes little extra, Sri Radha. But that doesn't mean we fold our hands and turn from any Kuladevta or Kuldevi. Respect. We might be going beyond our ranks. That's not appropriate. Kuladevta, Kuldevi, and then polymorphic. Polymorphic means Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, many manifestations of Vishnu. And then duo means Vishnu, Lakshmi, then Radha, Krishna. But are they same or different? Same. From this side they look 2, from this side they look 1. Yeah, they are Shakti and Shaktiman. So what's the Bharatnatyam dance, Bhakti? Polymorphic. No, wrong. Multi-level, polymorphic, duo, monotheism. Go back to sleep. Not right now. So, from these slokas we are getting Maya is separated. So there is a Purna Purusha, isn't it? Third way why Bhagavatam is special. Linguistics, it is special. Puran literature, it is special. Third, it is Samadhi Bhashya. And the fourth, it is Krishna's Vangmaya Vigraha. Vangmaya means voice. It's the voiced form of Krishna, isn't it? And what is the two lotus feet? First and second canto. Once Hanumat Preshak Maharaj, he's there in the town, I'm remembering him, he would say, if you have not read the first and second cantos of Bhagavatam, if Krishna comes in front of you, you won't be able to distinguish between the lotus feet of Krishna and the buffalo. So we have to read first and second cantos, and then we go up, and we come to the smiling face of Krishna, which is 10th canto, and the smile is Rasa Panchadhyay, which is here. Today we are remembering His Holiness Radha Govindas Goswami Maharaj also. It's his Vyas Puja, right? I mean, depending on we are in India or here. But Jagannath Rath Yatra. And he would always insist that, which is such a great lesson, that in any way where we are serving, good to have the book. Good to have the also book. I mean, this is fine, whatever device, fine, but the Grantha also must be there. And he would always keep the Grantha in front, like that. So, Krishna's Vangmaya Vigraha, and we know this very, very well. Shloka number 5. Krishne Swadhamopagate Dharma Jnanadibhi Saha Kalau Nashta Drishamesha Puranarko Dhunodita. When Krishna has left, what has happened? He has come again in the form of this Amala Puran. Please understand this verse, and this is I'm speaking about myself. This is not just in theory. But if this is Krishna's Vangmaya Vigraha, how much eagerness must be there to touch it, to feel it, to open it, to read it, isn't it? And therefore it is really instructive to have Bhagavatam in all forms, right? We have the Gmail in everywhere, right? Computer and here, and that FSD also has it, Tesla. All of it has it, yeah. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. We have it in all forms, right? We have it everywhere. So why not Bhagavatam everywhere? In our devices, all the devices which we have, in the computer which we have, maybe every room, Bhagavatam, people can have. I think if that happens, the book distribution will be doubled at least. People will say, I already have. Oh, in the living room? No, take one. And that's actually good. Reason is, there are times when books call us. Oftentimes we are so busy, but the investment on the books never fails. This is our personal experience. Many of you would have also experienced that there will be a time when books will tell, Aja, come, I'm waiting for you. Earlier the books will feel very heavy. And this may be true of Bhagavatam, this may be true of Brihad Bhagavatam, this may be true of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Maybe sometime when we are at the ripe stage, then Bhagavatam will call us, isn't it? And Vaishnav life hovers around Bhagavatam. It just hovers around Bhagavatam. Why it hovers around Bhagavatam? There is another reason. So 4 reasons we saw it, right? First is linguistics, language is great. Second is, it's a Puran, great Puran. Third is, Samadhi Bhashya. Fourth is, it's Krishna, Vangmaya, Vachse, Vangmaya, Vigraha. And fourth is, a great personality spoke it. And to understand how he spoke, who was he, we have to enter the last verses of the first canto of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Parikshit Maharaj has heard. He is running away. Mast. His mother says, please, 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 yat sukshukenopadishtam te. What you have heard from Shukdev Goswami, can you tell me in the Sar way, because you don't have enough time. So Parikshit Maharaj tells the first canto, which is the journey of Narad Muni, correct? Narad Muni goes to ex-devotee. He says, not me, him. He keeps going, finally reaches Krishna, who tells the glories of gopis. So it's an indirect glorification of the last stage of gopis by Krishna. Done. Parikshit Maharaj now tells, these gopis are special and there is one personality who understands them better than anybody else. So the shloka number 6 and 7. Aho Krishna raslo vesta sada namani kirtaye Krishnasya tat priyanam cha bhaismyadinam gurur mama. He is saying, aho, oho, alas, this, or in excitement, Krishna rasa vishtaha. This person he has drunk Krishna rasa. And what he is doing, sada. Sada means, it's not the Punjabi sada. It's sada, always. Sometimes the word can have different. We were just talking in the morning how a Telugu word and Hindi word can be way apart. And then I was talking about, how vyasan in Hindi means addiction, but vyasan in Sanskrit means dukh. Actually, addiction is dukh. So, but it can mean very, very different things. So, sada means always namani, which is names. Kirtayet. Kin ka? Krishnasya tat priyanam. Those who are dear to. And Bhaishmi. Who is Bhaishmi? Bhishma. Satyabhama ke bare mein. Satyabhama maybe? Yeah? Or it is Rukmini maybe. Rukmini. Adinam. Even the queens of Dwarka. He is always chanting. Now a big question comes. Wait a minute. If he is always chanting the names of the Gopikas, Hare Krishna, we can all again move forward, or you can... The kids can come here. You want to come? Come. Kunjri. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We are chanting Hare, which is Radharani's name, but what's wrong with you? This personality, Shukdev Goswami, he never even uttered the name of Radharani in the entire 14,094 verses. Not even name of Lalita, not even Vishakha, not even Chitra, not even Indulekha, Tungavidya, Sri Devi, Sudevi. I was just checking. Sudevi. All Devis were not there, huh? Sudevi, Rangadevi. They were all not there. Only 3 gopis. Who? Devaki, Yashoda, Rohini. Why? Many people ask this question. Especially those who are a little khitpit here, right? Any Bhagavatam class you give, they will raise the hands. Why Radharani's name is not there? Even if you tell them, Anaya Radhito Nunan Bhagwan Hari Rishwara. No, that's indirect. Now Parikshit Maharaj, who is the Shishya of Shukdev, is giving the reason why. Ain't it? So we can memorize this verse. Next day somebody raises the hand. We can give the apple of this question, this verse in his hand. Be happy. So what is this verse? Gopinam vitatadbhuta, Gopinam vitatadbhuta, Sputatara premanalarchischata, Sputatara premanalarchischata, Dagdhanam kila nama kirtana kritat, Dagdhanam kila nama kirtana kritat, Tasam visheshat smritehe, Tatikshna jalanochikagra kanika, Tatikshna jalanochikagra kanika, Svarshena sadyo maha, Vaikalyam sabhajan kadapi na mukhe, Namani kartum prabhu, Sa Prabhu, that Prabhu of mine, Kadapi, he never, Mukhe Namani, from the mouth he put the names of these personalities. Of whom? Gopikas. Who are these Gopikas? They are like blazing fire. Vitata, expanding, adbhut, crazily amazing. Sputatara, clear, burning flames of fire of love. And if from that flame of fire of love, tat tikshna, tikshna means tej, sharp. Jwalana means spark. It comes and hits who? Shukdev Goswami, Mahavaikalya. He'll be like burning. So he had to do the seva, right? Your seva will save ya, correct? And it will save the others also. So there is a great uttardayitva on the person, Shukdev Goswami, to speak, because if he grows into ecstasy, the seva will not be done. He is serving. So many stories come from the lore of Braj saints in which the saint gave the seva to the disciple to do the pankha. And the saint started speaking Bhagavatam, and it was a rasik pastime in which made people cry. He cried, the pankha fell, he also tumbled down and fell. Guruji said, this was your last seva, go and read Bhagavatam in the room. Because you're not fit for that. You had to control, isn't it? Dharuk you'd control, right? He would say, Ashru should not come because I am serving Sri Krishna. So there was a seva of Shukdev Goswami. Nama Kirtana Kritat. If he would do Nam Kirtan, then this Agni from them, sparks will come and it will make him Mahavaiklavyya. Mahavaikalyaam. Vikalta means, it's a word which means you cannot stay put. And then the questions which he had asked would be not fulfilled. And there is a big barat there, right? So many saints have come from all over. Their service will also not be done. So this is the reason why he did not use. This is the fifth reason, that such a person who is thinking 24 hours about Radha and Krishna is doing katha. So it is Shukhamukhad. It's like the Bangi Palli. It's called Bangin Palli or Bangi Palli. Yeah, we had a demo today, and our Prabhu, maybe he is hearing online, he did something like that, and then it became so soft, and then he gave to Mataji, and Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam, or Pivata Bangin Pallim Rasanalayam. Yeah, it's almost ras, because that person has touched it, isn't it? So that makes this Bhagavatam special, because the person speaking is special. So we must glorify him in our last Manglacharan. Swasukha nivrita cheta, swasukha nivrita chet, tadvyudastanya bhavo, vyudastanya bhavo. This is the shloka number 8. Api ajita ruchira leela, api ajita ruchira leela. Oh, glories to the technology. That's why the olden days, whenever they will even learn something, they will say, you memorize entire Panini Sutras. I'll memorize entire Panini Sutra. Then we'll play Antakshri, Pratyaha, Parash, ityadi. Or people memorize entire Hanuman Chalisa. And imagine when we do Hanuman Chalisa, what rus it will produce, because we can go backwards, we can go forwards, we can go sideways, because we remember. Anyway, we'll still take the shelter. So, Akrishta sarastadiyam, Akrishta sarastaditam, Vyatanuta kripayayas, Vyatanuta kripayayas, Tattvadipam puranam, Tattvadipam puranam, Tamakila vrijinagnam, Tamakila vrijina, Vyasa sunum natosmi. What does Sunu mean? Sun. Vyasa Sunum. I do pranams to this Vyasa Sunu because he was always earlier. Sarva Khalam Midam Brahma. Everything is one. Da 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 da. But then what happened? Krishna's Leela got him back to the fold. And then he expanded it, what? Bhagavatam, which is Tattvadipam, Puranam, and to such Vyasa Sunum, who by saying Bhagavatam, he removed all our miseries. And it started for all of us in this way, right? We got touch of Bhagavatam. Already we have spoken enough on the Bhagavad Mahatmya, isn't it? All these verses are talking about the glories. So Mahatmya means glories, because the more we hear the glories of something, like people heard the glories from the mouth, they call word of mouth of the Tesla FSD. It's very, very common these days. Yeah, that's how. Earlier there were no such internet. But kids read Harry Potter. They told the other kids, it's good. So the only way it became popular was word of mouth. It's word of mouth is very powerful even in the day of age, because nowadays we get so much bombarded with the information, perhaps it's like we just ignore. But word of mouth is special. Tried and tested, old days, always gold. Yeah, word of mouth works. And so this word of mouth, Mahatmya, is important. We hear about it, and the more we hear about it, we get attracted, isn't it? Like all of our acharyas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu read it many, many times, so many times that he would cry and it would smear the words of Bhagavatam. If you want to see that Bhagavatam, next time you come to Vrindavan, tell us. We'll take you to a Khufia temple. It's called Raghunath Bhatta Goswami temple, where that Bhagavatam is there. And it is perhaps shown only few times a year. Like that. Original Bhagavatam with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's smeared by his tears. Then Goswamis, did they read Bhagavatam? Yes. They created the scriptures like fluffing the cotton of the Bhagavatam's verses into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which Shastasar Prabhu is really conversing that everybody should read. Even me too. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What is Brihad Bhagavatam based on? Srimad Bhagavatam. What are Sandarbhas based on? Srimad Bhagavatam. Even the Bengali songs of Narottam Das Thakur and Rupa Goswami, not Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they are based on Srimad Bhagavatam. Then we heard about Vallabhacharya. Vallabhacharya was like, he would do one Bhagavad Sapta or Bhagavad Satra, he finished, started another. And that's how many Baitak are there, right? 84 Baitak are there all over. I think India, maybe, I don't know, Nepal is also there, I'm not sure. But Baitak are there. So he would say, then stop, then say, then stop, like that. So how much everybody served Bhagavatam. You can almost imagine in the eye of your mind that all the acharyas have a small notebook. Or like, like Kunjris. And whenever a verse comes, they will start writing. And especially if the smiling verse comes, the verses which are the smile of Krishna, which are Ras Panchadhyay. Oh, they go mad. 10.29.1, which is the first verse of the 5 Ras Panchadhyay chapters. And again, if you come to Vrindavan on the Sharat Purnima night, we'll take you to an open air Ras performance underneath the full moon. It happens in Vrindavan Research Institute every year. That's next to ISKCON, and it's a traditional Vrindavan drama in which boys less than 16 years of age participate. It's musical. Everything is Doha and Chopai and Raj songs and Sanskrit songs and things like that. And all these are boys, right? So they are also naughty, but it's fine because we see them as Radha and Krishna, and sometimes Lalita is like too big. And anyway, she's Pragalbha. Pragalbha in Hindi is Tej Tarrat. You know this word? It's like Muphat. That word. Tej Tarrat, khatak. She will give her responses. And if she is big like that, Krishna also trembles. This is so beautiful. It happens in that night because this particular verse, 10.29.1, is a description of that night. It is said on that night, Chandrama is especially merciful and releases nectar. Now, how do you drink the nectar? No, right? It must enter through the medium of tasmai. Now what is tasmai? Tasmai is the, who said? Kheer. Tasmai is the Vraj word for kheer. Nobody says there, kheer le lo. Tasmai. Tasmai is a Sanskrit word, aapke liye. So it's like that Jagannath Puri's famous sweet. Name proves what to do. Khaja. The word is khaja. So tasmai means aapke liye. So this tasmai is put on the, on the terraces, and of course you have to hide it so that the monkeys don't give their mercy. And it's special, it's the tradition. And what's this verse? Bhagwan pita ratri hi sharadot pulla mallikaha. That Bhagwan sees the Sharad Ratri and Utpulla Mallika Viksharantu Manaschakre Yogamayam Upashrita. He starts to think that now he needs to do the dance. On this alone verse, there are 27 commentaries. I counted it. 27? Maybe there are more, maybe more people will be writing now. If Shivram Swami Maharaj decides to write a book on Ras Panchayat, there will be 28. And there will be other commentaries also. Well, let's add Srila Prabhupada. So 29. So many commentaries. Isn't it? So Vaishnavas have held Bhagavatam to close to their hearts. So this alone is Mahatmya, isn't it? But we need stories also, correct? Mahavakya needs Mahakavya. So begins the two Mahatmya on which we'll spend the rest of the time. This is like the two paws of the vada. How do you eat vada pav? It's not only pav, dry. Vada, maja nahi aaya. Vada pav, the two breads. Vada is our Bhagavatam. The two pavs are Padma Puran Mahatmya and the Skanda Puran Mahatmya. Those two Mahatmyas are there, and generally they go hand in hand. That in the tradition we are talking about. So they make the entire vada pav. And if the music is there, then chutney also is there. So Padma Puran Mahatmya. But before that we can recite a verse together which I think Prabhupada would repeat it. See, that's the beauty. Oftentimes if we have Padma Puran Mahatmya and Skanda Puran Mahatmya. Yes, thank you. The first pav is little bit thicker. Hota bhi hai, right? Upar wala 5 chapters. Niche wala is 3 chapters only. And vada should be main, right? 335 chapters. So Prabhupada would often repeat this verse, and we have to understand Prabhupada is encapsulating from all the scriptures and giving layered teaching, so that those who are new can get it, and those who are a little bit seasoned, through the mercy of their acharyas, they have touched the other scriptures, they'll come back again. They say, he's summarizing Brihad Bhagavatamrit. He's summarizing Mahatmya there. So this shloka you will know. Shlokardham Shlokapadam va. It's not there. Shlokapadam va Varam Bhagavatam Grihe. If you read half a shloka or you read 1/4 of a shloka, sounds familiar? Prabhupada would say it, right? So it's all coming from these different books. This is from Skanda Puran. Now we come to the Uparwala Pav, which is the Padma Puran Mahatmya, and it begins right at the climax. This is the beauty of Mahakavya. It begins right at the, those Indian movies in which the car door will come and the juta will come out, right? So, who is he? And then maybe the other one would be that, Yeah, I don't know about it. But it could also be those revolving chashma, right? Revolving chashma. But it's an entry. It's an entry like that. Like how Ramayana begins a curse. How can a curse be fluffed into the entire Ramayana? So this begins, Narad Muni Bajai Vina Radhika Ramana Name, and he's going from here and there, and he comes to Vrindavan because he's just worried ki nobody is practicing properly. Maybe in Vrindavan I'll see things being practiced properly, and he sees Bhakti Devi. Bhakti Devi. And Bhakti Devi had 2 kids, Gyan and Vairagya. Knowledge and renunciation. Please understand, this knowledge is not the Gyan Marg of merging. This is the knowledge which is required, isn't it? We read. We don't say, no, we only, we don't read because it's Gyan. There was some person who was very interested in reading. Some other person, devotee, came to him and said, Prabhuji, you are a Gyani. If that is true, Jiva Goswami must be Gyani. If that is true, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur must be Gyani, right? No, different people have different inclinations. But general Gyan is required. And Vairag too is required. Some kind of a detachment, right? Because otherwise we won't turn away from the material energy. So they are all old. They are all breathing very heavily. But Bhakti Devi is young. Now Narad says, how did this happen? So she says an amazing shloka. She says, Utpanna Dravide Saham. I was born in Dravid Desh. Bhagavatam shloka also comes, right? It perhaps indicates alvars. They would dance so much so that their feet will touch their ears. And then she says, Vriddhim Karnatake Gata. In Karnataka, what happened? I became up. Maybe this is talking about the time where Madhvacharya came. Then what happens? Kvachit Kvachin Maharashtra. And then little bit in Maharashtra. Then Gurjare Jeernatam Gata. Gurjare is Gujarat. Jeernatam can have two meanings. Generally people translate it as she became like. Yeah, but I was thinking Narsi Mehta was there in Gujarat. How can Bhakti Devi go like that? So some acharyas give the meaning. Jeernatam also means pach jana. Jeernatam means it was digested, and digestion is very important. Otherwise it's only dakar. It's only burp, right? It's not nourishment. So, which means, according to it, she grew also much. Something was there in Gujarat also. Let's be fair to Gujarat as well. And then she comes to Vrindavan and finds that she becomes Taruni, she becomes very young, but Jnana and Vairag, Tan Pal, nothing is happening. So why? Bhakti Devi asked this question. Narad Muni describes a whole lot of things. What's the harm in this Kali Yuga? It's a whole description which mirrors the 12th canto of Bhagavatam also. And our acharyas have indicated that. Not to point out at others, right? Prabhuji, you're stuck in anartha nivriti. Me to ruchi. Maybe we don't say it, but we may believe in the heart also. But no, it's actually not to calibrate others. Isn't it? Not to calibrate others. It's for calibrating ourselves, right? So, in that, our calibration, us calibration, acharyas have given us songs, right? Amar jivan sada pape rata nahi ko punyera lesha. Amar jivan sada pape rata nahi ko punyera lesha. Pare re udvege diyachi je ko to pare re udvega diyachi je ko diyachi jivera klesha diyachi jive keep playing diyachi, keep playing laptop. Diyachi jivera klesha. Mr. Prabhu, I don't harm people. How about by words? Words are flowers or arrows? Most of the time we are like sharp arrows. And that Prabhas arrow. Somebody showed me the video. 3 arrows in one time. Familiar? 3 arrows, 6 arrows in one time. It hurts. And then many years later, it is stuck in our heart, isn't it? Your consciousness is much better. But we agree whether words are flowers or arrows. Words have consequences, right? Oftentimes klesha is not by mukha. At least we are culturally that sensitive, we won't hit somebody, isn't it? But shabd, oh, bring it on. more, more arrows. That's what he's telling. Then we talked about it. There are two diseases. What are these diseases, Kunjri? You remember? PSD and PDS. Parasukha Dukhi, Paradukha Sukhi. These are two diseases, right? PSD and PDS. निज सुख लागी पापे नहीं डोरी दोया ही न स्वार्थ पारो परे सुखे दुखी सदा मिथ्याभाषी परे सुखे दुखी सदा मिथ्याभाषी पर दुख सुख करो. Talks about that. That's what Narad Muni is saying. This is what age is suffering. He does even more surgery. He doesn't even now spare the Babajis like him. And he sings a surgical song. So are you ready for another surgical song? Surgical strike. Veshadhari Hari ke ursale Veshadhari Hari ke song 2 Sale. Veshadhari is talking about Vesh. Vesh, we are wearing the Vesh, song 2, and then it goes there. Veshadhari, those who are wearing something, he's doing attack on himself. Hari ke ur, on the heart of the Hari, they are Sale. Now what is this Sale? This is not the Sale you're thinking about. That Hari will like also, right? In fact, this Sale Shabd, what you are thinking, comes from Bhagavad Gita, first chapter. Shala Sambandhinas Tatha. So Shala, brother-in-law, actually is a word from Sanskrit. And in Hindi it becomes Sala. Right? But this is not that Sala. This is Trishul. So he is saying, O Veshadhari, have you become the Trishul on the heart of Krishna? How? Together. परमार्थ स्वप्न नहीं जाने पैसन ही को लाले परमार्थ बक नहीं जाने पैसन ही को लाले अर्थ अनर्थ कछु नहीं भासे अर्थ अनर्थ कछु नहीं भासे कथा पैसन ही को धावे हाँ पैसन ही को धावे. Now it is talking about, if he's talking about himself, and we have to look at ourselves also. कबहू को बकता है बनी बैठे कबहू बकता है बनी बैठे कथा भागवत गावे कथा भागवत गावे. Now we sing together. कबहू को हरि मंदिर को सेवे कर निरंतर बासा भाव भगति को लेश न जाने पैसन ही की आशा. Keep playing. So it's doing the surgical strike, right? What is the motivation? You are reciting Bhagavatam. Is the paisan ki lalasa? Or do you know arth or anarth? Or if you are doing seva, so you want to slow volume. Or if you are doing lot of seva, then you are interested next to put it on the Facebook, feeling blissed and blessed. Hashtag. And then it has been great privilege. I've been given this menial, utterly menial service, and I didn't want to post it, but I want to let people know it, and please bless me so that I can serve it that way, feeling blessed and blessed. Just think about it. It's actually we are laughing on ourselves. This tendency is there. And when it comes Bhagavatam Ras, that Banginpalli ras becomes stale. It becomes stale. Then he says, Nache gave, chitra banave, kare kavya chatkili, saach bina hari hath nave, sada rahani hai dheeli. You got the meaning? Sab rahani hai dheeli. Which means, is there equality between Kathani, Karani and Rahani? Kathani is what we say, Karani is what we do, Rahani is how we live. And as it is said, preach all the time. If we have service, book distribution, ityadi, we do it. But then that sutra is important too. Preach all the time and when necessary, speak. Kathani, Karni and Rahini. And now he gives the last line which is connected to our description today. We need both Gyan and Vairag. Gyan is same as Vivek. Anybody named Vivek here? No, good. Bin Vivek Vairag Bhagati Binu Satya Nae Ko Mano Bhagavat Bimukh Kapat Chaturai So Pakhand Hi Jano. Both are needed, because if bhakti is not supported by Vairag, something is wrong. If bhakti is not supported by Vivek, which means discrimination, then maybe everything is same, right? So both are required, but it's now a tragic situation. Both are old, isn't it? So Narad Muni is worrying about what can I do? He started narrating everything. Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Gita, everything he started narrating, and they will wake up, fall down again. Like, what's going on? Narad Muni, do something. So Narad Muni then goes to other people and says, give us the solution. We love Narad Muni because he is so utterly humble. He will go to other person and say, Bhai bata do. Nahi ki like, wait a minute. I have more followers than him. Why should I ask? So the mantra which the Braj saints tell us is Hijko mat. Kya? Hijko mat. Prasad mein Hijko mat and Puchne mein Hijko mat. Both P's, Prasad and Prashna, Hijko mat. Because only you know that you have hunger, correct? Somebody else's hunger we do not have, correct? We only know how we are getting satisfied. And Prashna also. So he kept asking, but people said, I don't know. And some people said, oh, he's coming. Big issue. Taan dupatta pehen ke so gaye. They will sleep only because he'll ask question. Others will, ostrich mentality. Others will say that, well, if it cannot be done through this, it can never be done. Then an Akashvani happens, unembodied voice, that it will happen and some saints will come. Who were the saints who came to them? The four brothers. Sanak, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar and Sanandan. We can call them the Sun brothers. Right? We have Patel brothers. Yeah. We have Sun brothers also. So they came and they told, recite, we have to do recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam can get rid of person with all the maladies. And we have a jwalant example right in this age. Today we are celebrating, as we said, Vyas Puja of His Holiness Radha Govindas Goswami Maharaj. After Srila Prabhupada, he would go to the area infested with Naxalites. And one fine day he is going and people came with banduk. They said, give us what you have. He said, I only have katha. See the fearlessness, right? This is a true story. We were fortunate to be a part of a Vyas Puja Utsav. I think it's going on today in some home, but we did in Seattle, and somebody was sharing, those who were close to him, or rather I think we heard in a recorded Vyas Puja offering. Mara said, I only have katha. They said, what is that? Said, okay, it's Thakurji's katha. I will speak. If you like it, if you don't like it, shoot me. If you like it, yeah. They loved it. And over the years, I have heard hundreds and hundreds of Naxalites have taken shelter. Such fearlessness, isn't it? This was in the Bihar area, Naxalite area, isn't it? So amazing, isn't it? And we also have, when we would go to San Francisco, right? We would get our own share, right? Somebody would pour some interesting thing on their head. But then, who knows, they will change. After some time, Katha is powerful. So the Katha was done. And when the Katha kept happening, all the other people came and Bhakti Devi rejuvenated and Gyan and Vairag were also rejuvenated. But the story doesn't end here. Because we need a story within a story. That's Bhagavatam. Inception, correct. But that's dream within a dream. This is story within a story. That's why we enter into another story. Are you all with me so far? We started late, so can I go a little bit further? This is the famous story of Atmadev and Dhunduli. Crazy name, right? Dhunduli and Atmadev. This is being narrated by this Bhagavad Mahatmya. After they rejuvenate, then another itihas is given. Atmadev was a very nice Brahman and he was wealthy, but he would still do Madhukari, but his wife was an interesting personality. So, Matajis, don't take it on yourself, it's just the situation. It could be other way around also. And she was an interesting personality. She was Sundari, Sukulod Bhava. She was born in great Kul, but there was a problem. Lokvarta Rata, which means that time, phone time all the time. And Krura Prayasho Bahu Jalpika. चलता ही रहता इधर की बात उधर masala, everything. And Shura cha griha krityeshu, और कछु कार्य नहीं करना है, nothing should be done, only gossip. Now, it was a messy situation, but the biggest messy situation for Atmadev was that he did not have child. And he was so fed up, the wife did not want it, he wanted it, and he could not get it, so he just, after getting fed up, he went to the forest, and in the forest, he met a saint, and the saint looked at him and said, you don't even have in this life, you don't have the issue in 7 lives. So don't even try. Don't fight against your destiny. Some of the places somebody was staying, and the people in the apartment below had the habit of all talking together at higher levels every time. Sometimes people start talking. Then the husband will talk here, level. Wife will do this. Kid will do this. And then imagine those who are sleeping at the top, they have to sleep with noise cancelling headphones. So this person went to a saint and said, what to do? Should I change the home? He said, if your prarabdha is after you, there you go. You might have 5 people talking together, isn't it? So that's why it is advised to be under anugatya. They will tell, don't make very, very drastic changes, because if the prarabdha is after you, everybody, every place band bajegi, isn't it? Every places there will be thing. So subtly introduce more spirituality and maybe look at their fighting as vairag. Isn't it? We can, like yesterday we were talking about, there was a car going and it hit the puddle, and the puddle, the pani, Indian water in the puddle, it came and sprinkled on the people, and the car driver was fed up. The saint was sitting behind. He said, all the time we had been receiving Charnamrit of Thakur. Today we received the Charnamrit of the motor. The driver started laughing and it changed the perspective. So the saint told, don't fight against your destiny. But he was telling him, Arey, become Babaji. Babaji, such a dry life. What sukh is there in the Grahastha ashram with the kids? How would you know? Now you have come to me. Prarabdha have sent you to me. Give me Vardhan, I'll commit suicide in front of you and put the blame on you. It's like out of the frying pan into the fire. Asman se gira, khajur mein atka, aur latakta hi raha. So this person said, well, his destiny, he has to, so he gave him a phal, a fruit. Perhaps if this story was written in modern time, we'll say avocado. Gave a modern fruit. No, fruit. And this person gets to Dhunduli. Now, Dhunduli is interesting personality. She is thinking about all sorts of things. Would you like to know what she is thinking? Taruni kutila tasya sakhyagre charurodaha. Sakhyagre, in front of her friend, she is crying. Alag musibat. This is a new, different. What is this fruit? If I eat it, I will not eat it. If I eat it and I become pregnant, then I have to walk. Speed will be slow. And then there are so much pains in the head. And then she's thinking about, what if the child becomes from perpendicular to 45 degree in the... Then it's a big complication. And then what if it doesn't come out like Shukdev Goswami? So I will not eat it. Husband asked, did you eat? Haan, kha liya. That's it. The true lies are not compartmentalized. We cannot say, I will only lie in front of Gemini. Even in front of the device, if we lie, it might percolate to other areas. So she had a particular nature. Husband desired her welfare. She doesn't want to eat. She begins with lies. But how to, something, she ate it. Something should come out, right? So, as we say in Hindi, ek hi theli ke chatte bhatte. You know this saying? Birds of the same feather flock together. So the friend was also with the same buddhi. She said, do not worry. Give the avocado to the cow. Okay? And I am pregnant. You come and reside with me. Give some Lakshmi to my husband. And after the boy is, or whoever is born, you take it and tell the husband that, successful. So it so happened, husband wanted to name him something. The boy was finally born because she was away in a friend's place. So much pida, I have to take care. My friend will take care. She comes with the boy and said, no, I'll name him. And she named him Dhundhukari. But after 3 months, the cow also gave birth to a child. He had huge ears like cow, so he was named Gokarna. Some acharyas also said that the cow gave the birth to the ear. Transcendental cow, we do not know. So he was named Gokarna. What was the name of his brother? Dhundhukari. And it appeared true. Gokarna was very Saumya. He was learned. But Dhundhukari was the second Vena. Right from the childhood, he would catch the boys, throw them in a well. For a whole description is there in these chapters. And he would trouble his parents. The prarabdha came, right? The saint had already told. Yeah, why are we learning about all these? One saint tells us, when we see some bad things, or the bad examples, if we have the authority, we can tell, but most of the time we do not have authority, right? So the best lesson to learn is, we should not be like that, isn't it? Correct? So we are learning Dhundhukari to not be like Dhundhukari, but like Gokarna. And he created a mess, a big mess. Father left actually. He said, Pakya. He goes to the forest. Mother could not, because moms are very vatsal, attached to the kid, right? And he brought many dancing girls to his home, and they are all making a mess. Father runs away, but thankfully Gokarna hears about it, comes to meet his father. And he speaks 2 cardinal verses which are called Gokarna Bhagavat. What? Gokarna Bhagavat. Right? Bhagavatam is spoken by many people, right? There's Chatushloki Bhagavat, which is spoken by Krishna to Brahma, ityadi. This is Gokarna Bhagavat, spoken by Gokarna to his father, whose name is Atmadev. So what is that? Dehe sthi mam sarudhire, dehe sthi mam sarudhire, bhimatim tyajatvam, bhimatim tyajatvam, jaya sutadishu sada, jaya sutadishu sada, mamatam vimuncha. Pasyanisham jagadidam, pasyanisham jagadidam, Shanabhanganishtam, Shanabhanganishtam, Vairagya Raga Rasiko, Vairagya Raga Rasiko, Bhava Bhakti Nishtha, Bhava Dharmam Bhajasva Satatam, Tyaja Loka Dharman, Sevasva Sada Purushan, Jahi Kama Trishna. Now comes the key line and we'll explain this. Anyasya dosha guna Chintanamashu muktva Seva kathara samaho. Drink bangin palli like that. Netaram pibatvam, Netaram. So the first lesson Gokarna is doing, now get out. It's too much entanglement for you. Dehe, asti, mams, rudhire, all the body, haddi, all this circuitry which we have. Tyajatvam, abhimatim, the mati in this, remove. And actually, we know it when we go on book distribution. If somebody has not felt this earlier, it's a news for them when we say you are not the body. It's actually news for them. However, if they are too attached, they will say, whose body am I? That's a different thing. But it's a news. And doesn't that news ring on our ears every day, right? I'm actually not this body. I'm Sat Santan. I'm the Santan. I'm the Putra of the Sat Thakurji, isn't it? That's the affiliation. What Bhagavatam is doing, changing the affiliation, isn't it? And he says, Jaya Suta Dishu Sada Mamatam Vimuncha. Remove the mamata. Do it as happy, friendship and service. Mamata can be an issue, and for him it was a big issue. Then he said, Pashya Nisham, see Anisham throughout Jagat, all this Jagat as Shanabhangur, isn't it? Like bubbles. I'm talking with many of you. Lot has changed in 1 year, isn't it? And time flies by so fast. I mean, I'm just thinking that day only we went for book distribution to San Francisco, and now it is past 12 years, isn't it? So time flies by very, very fast. That day we were learning Jeff Whittier, flute. 12 years have gone, right? So very quickly it will pass, which is a great consolation also that this too shall pass. So become Vairagya Raga Rasikaha. The Rasika of the Rag imbued with Vairag. That is important. And become Bhakti Nishtha and do what? Dharmam Bhajasva. Bhagavatam Dharma Bhajasva. Remove other things. सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे? 4 लोग. वो 4 कौन है? पता नहीं है. 4 log. If he say like, how do you translate that in English? The worst disease is what will 4 people say. Doesn't rhyme at all. We have to ask, Gemini, can you rhyme it? So just think about it. Actually, everybody is busy in their lives. And if you do, damn if you do, damn if you don't do, isn't it? So don't worry, dharmam bhajasva, and most important, serve the sadhu purushan, serve sadhu purushan, Jahi Kama Trishnam. Now we have desires, let's accept it, but at least sometime during the day or the week or the year, I don't want anything. Krishna, I want you alone from you. Krishna, I want you alone from you. Or Kachu, we do not want. How can that be possible? Who is telling to whom? Correct. 108 points. So, anyasya, other person's dosh and guna chintan, even guna also. And here it latches on to the phenomenon of 21st century internet, comparison. Isn't it? Even guna chintana, if we are not proper in our mind, it will lead to comparison, and the comparison will quickly latch on to competition, correct? So if the mind is not on proper state, even guna chintan can be issue. If it is in proper state, fine, we can glorify. If not, fast till we become good state, isn't it? Because the difference between comparison and competition is very quick these days. So he is telling, and Nitaram Pibabangina Palli Bhagavatam, always drink Bhagavatam. So, do what? Though Atmadev is liberated. Are you all with me so far? Yes. So Atmadev, he is happy, but the problem is the mother. She fell down in a well. Nobody heard her. She left the body. So he had become so crazily pathetic. Who? Dhundhu Kari. And now his wife, they wanted more and more Gehenna and things like that. So he went to do robbery and he brought a lot of things, but they thought, Arey, after them the Barbies and the cops will also come. So iska bhi, let's kill him also. So he too also, I think, fell in the well. Nobody heard. He left the body and became ghost. His brother Gokarna came to know about it and he's traveling from here and there. He did his Pindadan in Gaya. Nothing happened. He's still the ghost. He did all sorts of dan and tapa and things like that. Nothing worked. But one thing worked in the end. What was that? Srimad Bhagavatam. And they saw that everybody got invited because Gokarna is doing Bhagavatam, isn't it? So this ghost climbed in a big wooden sort of a stick, like a big sannyasi danda, big stick which has 7 knots. And every time a day would end, a knot will open, and in the end, Gokarna came out with the form of like Vishnu Pashadas, blue complexion and things like that. But an issue happened. Other people who were staying there, nothing happened. So they asked Gokarna, "Hey, you got liberated, what about them?" He said, "For me it was life and death question." Actually, death and death question. Isn't it? So he said, these people were hearing in the form of Suchana. You know Suchana? Oh, what a nice news it is. But not, the word, technical word used in Sanskrit is Datta Chitta. What? Datta Chitta, which means the Chitta is just given there. The heart is given to the Katha. So Datta Chitta means the consciousness, Chitta, Antakaran is just samarpit to the lotus feet of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now they said, Array, straight. They all sat straight for the next session of Bhagavatam, and the Vimana came and all of them went back home, back to Godhead. This is the above 5 chapters, the pow at the top of Vada. It is Padma Puran, Mahatmya, but we also need the pow underneath, and that is very, very sweet because it concerns the family of Krishna, the great grandson of Krishna. His name was Vajranabh. Krishna's son, Pradyumna. Pradyumna's son, Anirudh. Anirudh's son, Vajranabh. How many generation? 1, 2, third generation after Krishna. Krishna's friend, Arjun. Arjun's son, Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's son, Parikshit's son? No. Sorry, we stop at Parikshit. Arjun's son, Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's son, Parikshit. So Parikshit is like Chachu, Tauji, uncle of Vajranabh. So Parikshit Maharaj is given the area of Hastinapur, correct? Vajranabh is installed as the king of Mathura. And he tells Kakaji, where to rule? No Janta here. If I have to rule, there should be Janta. Everything is forest. Say, what to do? Comes in the saint called Shandilya Muni. He was the Purohit of Pandavas. He says, don't worry, you are not understanding. Vraj is Vyapak. Vraj is already there. It is behind the curtain. That's called Aprakat Vraj. Some time back, till Krishna was there, it came outside the parda, right? Curtain. It was called Prakat Vraj. And now it has left. But left few things outside the curtain. Our famous example is, when you do drama, you close the curtain, somebody's dhoti is left, so a hand will come underneath and pull the dhoti, right? So Krishna didn't do that. He left certain things out. Those are like Govardhan, Braj, Raj and Yamuna. Shandilya said, we need money for this. Parikshit said, don't worry, financer. I'll get all the businessmen from Delhi, perhaps from the Gujarat also. They got all the businessmen. The vision was given by Shandilya, and Vajranabh started making temples and the kundas and the kunjas around these things which were left. The things which were left are called Drishyaman Vrindavan. Aprakat Vrindavan, Prakat Vrindavan, and the things were left Drishyaman, which you can see, and the Disneyland or the Krishna land which he created around them became Bhaum Vrindavan 1.0. Correct? Because Bhaum Vrindavan 2.0 Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did after it was excavated. But Bhaum Vrindavan 1.0, who made it? Vajranabh. So everybody's happy except for 16,108 queens. They are not happy. They are in Dwarka, right? And then they were taken to Hastinapur. Why? Viraha of Krishna. Krishna is left, isn't it? But one lady, one of the queen was happy, and they turned to her. What's your secret? She said, my secret is Radharani's service. Who was her? Only one queen was there, common in Vrindavan and Dwarka. Any guesses? Queen? Krishna's queen, Rohini? How about that? Your name is her name. Correct? No, somebody else's name. No, I got the name wrong. Yamuna Maharani. Kalindi. Yes, sorry. Kalindi. So Kalindi says, I always worship who? Radharani. So how will we worship Radharani? Only one person can teach you the worship of Radharani. He was also there both in Vrindavan and Dwarka. He used to go to Vrindavan and see what is his name? Uddhav. And he used to sing what? Shloka number 12. Asamaho charana renu jushamaham syam vrindavane kimapi gulma lataushadhinam yadustyajam swajanamarya patham chahitva bhejur mukunda padavim shrutibhivrimigya. This personality wants to become a Gulmalata. Maybe he is right there. So let's go to this place. This place is near a place which has now unfortunately perhaps become only premarital shoots place in Govardhan. No, Satish Kaushik made a movie on it also. Their song was danced there. Kusum Sarovar. Now many premarital shoots happen there, and they have closed it for devotees to go to chant, at least when we went last time. But this was not the earlier time. Kusum Sarovar is a very famous place where Krishna would decorate the hair of Radharani. He was trying to be a little bully, but then Radharani and the gopis became harsh on him. Who are you? You should get punishment. Lalita said, you should give punishment. Radharani gave the punishment. What? Decorate my hair. This is transcendental punishment. And it is being celebrated. Next to Kusum Sarovar, it is Banabihari temple, where one Shalagram Shila is holding a mirror. Another Shalagram Shila is holding a Kankatika, which is Kangi. And doing it. And Krishna becomes so involved in this, like choose the best flowers, because that is Pushpa one. And he asked Lalita, can you give some achman to wash it? Nothing will be given. Do on your own. So Krishna invites all the rivers and it becomes Kusum Sarovar. On this Kusum Sarovar near there, they started doing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Out comes Uddhava from the Gulmalata, and also he starts singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There is a plan that for whole 1 month he'll do Bhagavatam. Just fluffing out everything. But Parikshit Maharaj is also there. Uddhav is there. Queens are there. And Vajranabh is also there. But Vajranabh tells Parikshit Maharaj, Uddhav tells, Kali Yuga is knocking. Krishna has gone. So you should protect. Said, yes, I'll protect. But then he becomes sad. Are, I will not hear Bhagavatam. Said, don't worry. For you, there will be one-on-one class. One-on-one class will be happening by Shukdev Goswami. So the Bhagavatam is narrated and the queens feel kind of what they want to feel. They also become Piba Rasamalayam. So our second power, 3 chapters is also complete. So it's a whole course, both Mahatmya and the Vada in the middle. But as a result of all this exercise of understanding Mahatmya, what we are trying to accomplish is change our affiliation. Isn't it? What affiliation we consider sacred in our life? You can tell a personal story. Long time back, Devamrit Swami Maharaj was visiting Stanford for one of the program we were hosting, and Vaishrik Maharaj, I can never forget that picture. Maharaj is walking, Devamrit Maharaj is walking, and we were taking them. And Vaishrik Maharaj said, well, Stanford, he's doing PhD, but it's connected to Braj. And immediately Devamrit Maharaj stops and says, so which affiliation is important for you? Stanford or Braj? I can never forget that. Actually, we choose it, right? Which affiliation? So, Bhagavat affiliation. Can we keep that Bhagavat affiliation always alive? It's such a cardinal scripture, so much Mahatmya. Can we even touch one verse a day? Okay, fine. Purport, if you can, great. If not, verse. There is a tradition of doing Parayan, which means no brain involved. Only recite. If you know Sanskrit, great. If not, just recite. Imagine within, I think, 15 minutes, one can do few pages of the 700 page, that Mota book which you get, which has only the Sanskrit shlokas. You can do so many times in a year. And if we visit San Francisco town 10 times, we'll know the nook and cranny and where we can go for the restroom, Hayat, right? We will know, restroom, Hayat. But imagine we can explore that with Bhagavatam, right? With instrument, spend more time. With Naam, spend more time. Quality time, ityadi. So with Bhagavatam also. Touching it, sparsh, doing the sparsh of the scripture by reading, hearing, distributing, reciting. We can have all the strategies. Then our affiliations will change. And I'm ending with this last song. Are you all with me? Yes. Because this Gaudiya Vaishnav, many ISV devotees had come and we had taken them to Srila Prabhupada's Vamshi Gopal temple, where Prabhupada spent before Radha Damodar. And if you open the window of the Vamshi Gopal temple, you see the skyline of Vrindavan, Yamuna, Kalindi flowing like a sari, enveloping Vrindavan, and a whole big spire. If you look at Keshi Ghat picture, we see a Shikhara. That's not Madan Mohan. That's a Jugal Kishore Mandir. It was also erected at the time of Madan Mohan Gopinath and Govind Dev. And the person who was responsible for the worship of Yugal Kishore deity is a Gaudiya. He's a god cousin of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His Guru Maharaj and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Guru Maharaj are god brothers. So he's Hariram Vyas. And he loved Vrindavan like anything. Like Indra Prabhu. Bahar nahi jayenge. And he went there, never would leave outside. And if somebody asked him, what are your affiliations? Baba, tell your affiliations. What is your Gotra? What karma you do? What is your Vahan, Tesla or something? What do you think about? What is your Gayatri? What is your food? Right? These are the affiliations. So he would say in a very interesting way. We want to hear. रसिक अनन्य हमारी जाति, रसिक अनन्य हमारी जाति, कुल देवी श्री राधा बरसानो, कुल देवी श्री राधा बरसानो, खेरो ब्रजवा सिन सो पाती, खेरो ब्रजवा सिन सोपा. Keep playing. क्या कह रहे हैं? What is your jati? Jati means the creed and the things like that. Oh, our jati is what is the rasik jati. who like Bhagavatam. Acha, what is your Kuladevi? What is the Kuladevi? Radha Rani. Khero means ghar barsana. And who are the people you want to interact with? Brajvasis. There are Brajvasis who are born in Vrindavan, Brajvasis who die in Vrindavan, Brajvasis are those who stay in Vrindavan, and I think we should add fourth, Brajvasis are those who think about Vrindavan, right? Because you are where your mind is, isn't it? Acha, what is your Gotra Votra? What is your Janeu Vadeu? Bata do thoda. गोत्र गोपाल जनेऊ माला गोत्र गोपाल जनेऊ माला शिखा शिखंडी हरि मंदिर भाल शिखा शिखंडी हरि मंदिर भाल. अच्छा, what's your Ved Dhuni? What's your Ved Dhuni? Hari Guni Naam Ved Dhuni Suniyat Hari Guna Naam Ved Dhuni Suniyat. So he is doing yagya. So do you do yagya? Yeah, we do yagya. Keep playing. So there will be Ved Dhuni, right? What is the Ved Dhuni in your yagya? Hari Lila Gun. Srila Prabhupada, when he was getting sannyas initiation, they were doing all sorts of, we should do. But Prabhupada would always look at Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj and say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Increase the volume of that. And that's the meditation which Jananivas Prabhu or Pankajangri Prabhu, I have heard, would tell. Imagine Prabhupada with a bead bag walking on around the globe 14 times, and wherever he walked, out popped a temple, out popped a farm community, out popped a center, isn't it? Such a meditation. He just chanted and it came about. Acha, in your yagya you will need kusha grass and a munja, right? Those are the things you wear a ring. What is your munja and kusha grass? Munj pakhavach kusha kartal. Munj pakhavach. What is your shakha? Shakha Jamuna Hari Leela Sat Karma Shakha Hari Leela. Isn't it? What is your satkarm? I mean, do you do some work and things like it's a good work? No, only Hari Leela is my satkarm. What is your shakha? Jamuna. And your pran? This we all agree. Prasad pran dhan ras. Prasad pran dhan ras. What is the dhan? Ras. When the dance happens, the dance of divine love is the most elevated thing, isn't it? And Srila Prabhupada gave us through Krishna book, right? First thing he just provided us right in the beginning. Acha, you will ask them, okay, fine, understood. Can you tell some vidhi nisheds like to-do list and not to-do list, right? Like they have the marriage can happen only when the kitten is underneath the basket. Right? Or, different vidhi nisheds are there. No, there is only one vidhi and nished. What? Seva vidhi nishedh jada sangati. Seva vidhi nishedh jada sangati. Oh, all right. But what are you thinking about daily? Vritti means what thoughts come daily, right? Oftentimes it is work thoughts. Or if somebody has said something, that is the vritti. But what's your vritti? Vritti sada vrindavan vas. Vritti sada vrindavan vas. Oh, you have gone so far. Maybe, but you must be following some Manusmriti, some Dharma Smriti, some Smriti, and maybe you're doing some Sandhya Vandhya and some Tarpan and Gayatri, and we do it, but the affiliation is amazing here. So he says, Smriti Bhagavat Krishna Nam Sandhya Kriti Bhagavat Krishna Nam Tarpan Gayatri Jap Tarpan Jap name and whatever mantra my gurus have given and Bhagavat. Then he'll say, okay, are you under some rishi? You're doing this yagya, some rishi should be there and some jajman should be there who does it. And you have anything to say? Last we say, right? Jiska birthday hota hai. Speech. So any ISP tradition, speech, any speech you want to give? Yes, let me tell you who is my rishi. Vamshi Rishi Jajman Kalpataru Vamshi Rishi Jajman Kalpataru. The Kalpataru of Vrindavan is my Jajman. I don't need any mortal Jajman to come and give this. Kalpataru will give. And who are the Kalpataru? The plants of Vrindavan. It is said when Hariram Vyas was told exit out of Vrindavan, he painted his face black and he was hugging the trees. Because if you leave your relatives, it's like muh kala karna. That was his bhav. And Vamshi is the Rishi. And do you like to give speech? No, I'm satisfied. Vyas na det Asis Sarap. Vyas na det Asis. I do not give benediction or curse. Just come to this affiliation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai, Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We went little over time.
We can go further on. Prabhuji, would you like to take questions now?
I'm here. Yes, okay. Yes. If I'm not coming between them and the prasad prana.
Maybe 5 minutes we can take
I'm
prasad.
Fine, yes.
And then after that, beyond 5 minutes, I think we can take questions during
I'll be here.
prasad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Satya Sankalp Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. That was such a wonderful glorification of Bhagavatam with so many different angles. I have a question about Samadhi Bhashya. So we have learned that the knowledge that we get is through disciplic succession, Guru, Shishya, Parampara, through oral reception. So how do we reconcile that, like a Samadhi Bhashya where like Vyasadeva gets these revelations, of course inspiration through Bhagavan, but it's not directly being passed down through like Guru. So how do we reconcile that?
Well, it was revealed to him by the mercy of his Guru, Narad Muni. Right? So it is in one way in the line, right? The realizations which we get are not away from the line, right? Yatha dhitam, yatha shrutam, like that. So this is all the mercy of the Guru Parampara. Yeah, it is in the line.
So it doesn't necessarily need to be through oral reception.
Well, the oral reception is happening, but then when the oral reception is received, the mercy in it reveals something and that becomes the part of that personality and then he transmits, right? And that's also perhaps we can say how the Acharya then looks at the world and what he has received, then he makes the changes also according to time, place and circumstance. Does that make sense? Thank you. Great question. More thoughts, reflections, suggestions, mangoes? Yeah. Prabhu. Tadiya Seva, Prabhu. Yes. You were in ecstasy in the last song.
When the Lord Sri Krishna disappeared from this material world, and we heard that all the Yadavas perished fighting with each other.
Mausala Leela, yes.
And then in that, most of the Yadavas perished.
Yeah, only 2 were remaining, I guess, and Vajranath
so,
maybe.
So my question is not about the number of males who survived, regarding the number of queens who survived. So maybe in Bhagavatam I read somewhere that most of them committed a sati. And my question was how many were left, and then how many went with Arjuna to Hastinapur?
Well, I don't know if I've heard about the sati.
I don't. I'm also confused.
Yeah, me too now. Yeah, so I'm not sure about.
I want an.
Yeah.
What is the fate? My question is
of them.
All the queens, 16,108 queens.
Well, we hear about this Arjuna's episode from the 15th chapter of the first canto, where they were taken and Krishna only came as those miscreants. He defeated Arjuna, right? So he told them, I don't know the number, maybe it is 16,108. I do not know about it. And we have to also reconcile whether what we are talking about that happened in the same kalpa or the different kalpa. Because here we are talking that they heard the Bhagavatam from Uddhav, right? All these queens. So did it happen in the same kalpa? I don't know. Maybe we have to reconcile by saying it is kalpa bheda, or because when they went with Krishna, they went with him, right? Krishna only came. But here we hear the story that one way of reconciling it could be also true. Again, we have to see the sources, that some went to hear at Uddhav, and then some remaining were taken by Arjuna. I think we have to look in the different Puranas and reconcile it, but I think it can be reconciled. Sati, I do not know. I'm not sure about that. Okay? Did you really see it in Bhagavatam? Yeah. So I think we can reconcile it, and I can get back to you after reconciling these two things. Yes, it's a very secluded, yeah. So 2 events are happening. See, Mausal Leela is happening, queens are remaining. There is a description of queens going to Kusum Sarovar and hearing Bhagavatam. There is a description queens going to Arjuna is taking them and Hastinapur, and then some of them, those queens are taken by Krishna in the Chadmavesh. So do they add up to the number of queens who were there in Dwarka? I think that has to be seen. So maybe in a couple days I can explain that. Thank you. More thoughts, comments, reflections, suggestions? Kunjri, anything? No? Yes. Well, we pray that the most important transformative things at least register, and if it comes in Vyavahar, it is fine. Because even if we remember anything now, when the memory plays its role, when we get into those ages, it will be tough, isn't it? So I think remembering the information about this is perhaps secondary. More important is that if it translates into Vyavahar, and at least we don't forget one most important thing, the Guru Mantra and the Guru Naam, right? The name is most important. There will be a stage where the books will be out. It will be only us. Maybe we won't be able to chant also. And then somebody will chant. And at least that we recognize the holy name. Does that help you? We keep trying. Again, we keep trying. And what is that saying? करत करत अभ्यास के जड़मति होत सुजान रसरी आवत जात है सिल पर परत निशान. अभ्यास, it's all about अभ्यास. ऐसे ही तो we remembered, did we go to a class in which somebody taught us Namaste Narasimhaya? Repeat. No, right? We didn't learn the Namaste like that, right? Abhyas again and again and again. That's how we remember Ajanta toothpaste, Papa ka, Mama ka. Again and again. So, again and again, if we do, I think something will happen. But most important, right? It's not, the khel is not about Suchna, right? Suchna means information. It is about transformation. And if that's happening, everything is bonus. Does that help you? Thank you. Thank you. More thoughts, reflections, suggestions? Mataji, yes. रसिक अनन्य हमारी जाति. That's a filler. रसिक
Prabhu, I just wanted to know that how do we talked about it, KTTVG in the morning. I've been thinking about it, and I see that you have your hand in the bead bag constantly. Now, when you're not giving in a class. But, I was just thinking that what are the tips that you can give us that we are so much lost? We sit in a class, we don't think about Krishna, and then after that, 90% of the day, at least I'm talking about myself, and then you do seva, sometimes you forget who you're doing the seva for. So many things happen. Can you give us a tip on how in our busy lives we can keep remembering Krishna?
Well, I'm struggling highly, but something which helps is that I think for all of us it will be different things. The mantra is the same, KTTVG, and we will have to figure it out how daily, no fasting. I think we were sharing it in some place that some of my friends, monks, were visiting us, and we took them to Jnana Gudadi. That's a place in Vrindavan where Uddhav had come to give Gyan to gopis. Gudadi means bori. So it's called Gyan Gudadi because gopis took all the Gyan, put that in Gudadi, turned it, threw it. So that became Gyan Gudadi, where you make a sack of all the Gyan. In this place, a very famous modern Bhagavad Saptakar, Pundarik Goswamiji stays there. His Vaijayanti ashram is there. Then there is a big ground in which Hanuman temple is there. And right in front there is a temple called Radha Braj Mohan. These are the deities of Narottam Das Thakur. In the Kheturi festival, which happened I think on Holi or Vasant Punchma, maybe Holi Purnima, there was a kirtan and 5 deities came, right? They installed. This Radha Brajmohan is the original deity here. Beautiful temple. Not many people know about it, but ISKCON devotees go there on the Narottam Das Thakur appearance and disappearance, I think. And there are some Vaishnava saints staying there. So we just went and we did some kirtan all the time. And then we went to the saint and somebody asked the question, how we can develop Bhagavatam. The saint was sitting and we just take prasadam. So I said, you have any questions? Maybe. So the saint gave a nice answer. He said, do not fast. Do not fast. So now we can extend it, right? We can explain. Do not fast from KTTVG. Some sparsha should be here. Say you decided to read 10 pages a day. It's hard. Try best at least 1 page. Or some sparsha. Because that will keep the connection, at least even in the consciousness, isn't it? So that I think will be the, in Govardhan when we walk, we say, Aap yatra ke is padhav mein hai. Those are the yardsticks, right? So they become the pillar like yardsticks for the entire day. 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., like that. Touching the scripture verbally, through eyes, through sparsha, different ways, again and again, and not fasting. Then it's up to Krishna. Right? We are doing the part. This appears to be practical to me, and you can have your own strategies. Some people like to do parayan, just recite the shlokas, and it is said in Bhagavad Gita also, swadhyaya bhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate, isn't it? So just doing recitation. And one of my Madhva friends, I used to read a lot with him. He's a professor in IISc, and I'm doing his marketing, but he has made an app called Bhagavata Vani. In this Bhagavata Vani, you put he has created a whole software called Vagadhenu, and in this Vagadhenu, you put any shloka, it will find out the chanda, and through AI, it will recite it. So one of the Vagadhenu thing is called Bhagavata Vani app. All the 18,000 shlokas in proper chanda right there. So just keep hearing. You can install it. It's such a great benediction, because Bhagavad Gita recitation we had. Bhagavatam was tough. But through this Vagadhenu, he's using Kannada and Sanskrit. He has figured out some way, and he's done it. So we can hear, we can read, we can recite, we can analyze. So many ways. Maybe you can do all of them all at once, like that. Does that help? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. And thank you to Prashant Prabhu and Shastasar Prada Prabhu for being the backbone. Munj pakhavach kush kartal. Thank you to all of you also. Hare Krishna.
We would like to express our gratitude to the speaker, His Grace Harivamsha Prabhu, by chanting one Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We can take benefit of Prabhu. Prabhu is there till Sunday in town.
I would like to take your benefit. Yeah, play. Banganpalli. Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Like that. And it is all AI. So he called me up and saying, I'm doing this. What do you think? So we talked about it. And then he said, I am trained it on my voice like that. And he's an AI professor. We used to collaborate also when in our Sampurva thing we were doing AI. Now we do just I, Radharani. So anyway, he did it, and I think it is picked on. I think it's a great addition to thing. And now anything, right? Skanda Puran can be narrated. Brihad Bhagavatamrit can be narrated. Whatever you want to get narration, it can be done, right?
Haribol.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Food for the soul and food for the body is also. Please come and take prasadam. Haribol. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hari.